There is a truth beneath the noise of the world, a truth most people avoid because it shatters the illusions they cling to. But we see it, not because we are superior, but because life has forced us to look directly into the places others are terrified to even glance at. The dark truth is this: most people do not suffer because of the world. They suffer because they have never learned to govern themselves. They blame fate, luck, circumstances, and enemies. But as Marcus Aurelius wrote, the mind adapts and turns obstacles into fuel. The obstacle is never the world. The obstacle is the undisciplined mind that resists what it does not control. And this is the truth Stoics see, while others run from it. 1. Most people are prisoners of themselves. The world is full of people who look free but live in chains. Not metal chains, psychological ones, chains of desire, chains of comparison, chains of fear and fantasy, chains of emotions they never questioned. They think their suffering comes from outside, but Epictetus warned that no man is free who is not master of himself. Most people never learn this mastery. They want freedom without discipline, growth without discomfort, peace without sacrifice. But we are different. We understand that inner freedom is built in silence, in solitude, in the uncomfortable spaces where the ego dissolves and the real self finally wakes up. 2. The most ignored truth. Comfort is the silent enemy that weakens the soul. There is a truth so subtle, so quietly destructive, that most people go their entire lives without ever noticing it. A truth that Stoic thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius understood with terrifying clarity, yet modern society avoids like a plague. It is this: comfort is not your friend. Comfort is the silent enemy that slowly destroys your strength, your discipline, and your inner fortitude. Look around. You will see a world built on convenience, ease, and immediate gratification. Everything is designed to prevent discomfort. Every hardship is labeled unfair. Every challenge is something to escape from rather than grow through. But Seneca warned long ago, soft things make men soft. And he wrote repeatedly about voluntary discomfort, sleeping on hard floors, eating simple food, practicing poverty, not because he enjoyed suffering, but because he understood the danger of comfort. He understood that when life becomes too easy, the mind becomes fragile. And a fragile mind breaks at the slightest touch. Most people don't realize they are being weakened every day. Comfort makes the body slow, the mind cloudy, and the spirit weak. But because this weakening happens slowly, silently, almost invisibly, people don't notice until it is too late. They crumble at the smallest rejection. They panic when uncertainty appears. They lose control when emotions surge. They run from challenges because challenges reveal the truth about their own untrained nature. The world has become softer, but the human mind has become weaker in equal proportion. Donald Robertson, a modern Stoic researcher, says that comfort kills resilience. It convinces us that we are safe, stable, and secure, until reality breaks that illusion. And when reality strikes, as it always does, those who worship comfort collapse under its weight. But we choose the opposite path. We understand that discomfort is not punishment. It is purification. It is the sharpening of the mind, the conditioning of the spirit, the strengthening of the inner architecture that determines whether we rise or break. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show a man his true nature." He understood that avoiding hardship makes us blind to ourselves. But when we choose discomfort, when we willingly step into the cold, into the uncertain, into the difficult, we reveal the parts of ourselves that comfort tries to keep hidden. We discover our limits. We confront our fears. We strengthen our self-control. We develop the kind of inner power that cannot be bought, begged for, or borrowed. And when the world eventually tests us, and it always will, we stand firm, while others fall apart. Comfort is the great illusion. Discomfort is the great teacher. The average person believes comfort is the reward of life. But the Stoic sees the darker truth. Comfort is the cage. Discomfort is the key. Comfort whispers lies. You're fine as you are. You don't need to grow. You don't need discipline. You can relax forever. But discomfort speaks the truth. You still have work to do. You still have weaknesses that must be trained. You still have fears that must be faced. You still have strength that must be built. We do not seek suffering, but we do not fear it because we understand that everything strong, every mind, every will, every spirit was forged through discomfort, not ease. Fire shapes the blade, pressure shapes the diamond, adversity shapes the soul, and comfort shapes nothing. And comfort shapes nothing. This is the dark truth most people ignore. People chase comfort and wonder why they are anxious. They avoid hardship and wonder why they are weak. They hide from challenges and wonder why their mind betrays them. But we understand the truth. A life without discomfort is not a peaceful life. It is a wasted one, because every moment of ease steals a piece of your potential. Every day without challenge shrinks your strength. Every escape from discomfort dulls your edge. This is the truth the Stoics saw long before the world became soft. Do not pray for a comfortable life. Pray for the strength to face an uncomfortable one. 3. The invisible battle. Your mind is turning against you without your permission. There is a deeper truth that most people will never see. Not because it is hidden, but because they are too distracted, too comfort addicted, too emotionally reactive to notice it. And it is this: your mind is not automatically your ally. Left untrained, it becomes your greatest enemy. The Stoics understood this with a level of clarity modern life has almost erased. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts," meaning, whatever you repeatedly think, you become. But here is the darker side of that truth. Most people do not control their thoughts. Their thoughts control them. They spend their days pulled by impulses, reacting to emotions, drowning in worries, replaying old conversations, imagining threats that do not exist, and obsessing over problems that may never happen, not because they choose to, but because they have never trained the mind that produces these reactions. The Stoics saw this as the silent tragedy of the human condition. A mind left unattended becomes a battlefield where fear, desire, anger, and anxiety wage war against you. Most people are not living. They are merely reacting. Watch the average person. Their emotional state is determined by external forces: comments, notifications, gossip, failure, rejection, pressure. They are like a leaf tossed around by wind, thinking they are choosing where they go. But a Stoic knows better. Epictetus warned that people suffer not from events, but from their judgments about events. And modern psychology has confirmed it. The brain exaggerates threats and amplifies emotions unless taught otherwise, meaning the greatest dangers you face are not outside you, but within you. The world can insult you, betray you, challenge you, tempt you, but none of it has the power to ruin you unless your own mind cooperates with it. This is the battle most people never fight, and therefore never win. But we train the mind until it obeys. A true Stoic knows that discipline is not about controlling the world. It is about controlling one's inner reactions to it. We train ourselves to pause before reacting, to think before speaking, to detach before emotionally drowning, to observe thoughts rather than obey them. This is not weakness, this is power. Because the moment you learn to separate what happens from what you think about what happens, you gain the freedom that ordinary people never taste. Where most crumble under pressure, we remain calm. Where most panic in uncertainty, we remain steady. Where most are slaves to their impulses, we remain in command. Donald Robertson calls this cognitive distance, the ability to stand above your thoughts rather than be swallowed by them. To the untrained mind, this looks emotionless. To the weak, it looks cold. But to us, it is clarity. It is freedom. It is inner sovereignty. This is the dark truth most people cannot face. The world's greatest prisons have no bars. They exist in untrained minds. People are not trapped by life. They are trapped by their reactions to it. They are not defeated by events. They are defeated by their interpretations of those events. They are not controlled by others. They are controlled by the thoughts others trigger within them. But we choose a different path. We master the mind before the mind masters us. We use reason to silence chaos. We cultivate discipline until clarity becomes our natural state. And in a world where everyone reacts, we remain unshaken. 4. The world is loud, but your power lives in silence. There is a quiet force inside us that most people never discover. Not because it is weak, but because they drown it out with noise, constant entertainment, constant distraction, constant stimulation. People today fear silence more than failure. They fear being alone with their own thoughts because deep down they know their mind is undisciplined. It wanders, worries, compares, judges and spirals, and silence exposes that. But a Stoic sees silence differently. We understand what Seneca meant when he said, "Nothing, to my way of thinking, is better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company." Silence is not empty. It is not passive. It is not weakness. It is the training ground of inner strength. Most people run from silence because it forces them to confront their truth. In silence, you can't avoid the reality of your habits. You can't hide the chaos you've created. You can't pretend you're in control when your thoughts are pulling you in every direction. And that is why most people never grow. They avoid their inner world so they stay prisoners of it. But we step into silence willingly. We understand that control is not something you show. It is something you cultivate from within. In silence, your fears become clearer, your desires become simpler, your mind becomes sharper. Clarity rises the way the sun rises over a dark landscape, slowly but inevitably. And when clarity arrives, everything else becomes easier. Decisions, discipline, boundaries, purpose. Silence turns your mind into a weapon, not a weapon against others, but a weapon against chaos. A weapon against emotional impulses. A weapon against the noise of the world trying to pull you off your path. Because the truth is this: if you do not master silence, the world will master you. But if you embrace silence, if you train your mind in it, if you allow stillness to refine you, then you will carry a power so steady, so unshakable that the world will feel loud, but you will remain unmoved.